Hi, everyone. This is Dr. David Rubinstein from the Biomedical Engineering Department. I'm an associate professor and the graduate program director for biomedical engineering, and I study cardiovascular diseases and tissue engineering, regenerative medicine associated with making blood vessels. I've been asked to tell you a little bit about biomedical engineering and my path to becoming a professor in biomedical engineering. Actually, I studied biomedical engineering at Stony Brook, both my bachelor's and my doctoral degree. And I chose BME because in high school, I very much enjoyed biology as a student and engineering as a student and sort of the physics and math background to the engineering that I was exposed to. And I thought that this was sort of a perfect way to meld the two together. Biomedical engineering is, in general, a field that studies everything from the cell. So I have a nice little replica of a cell over to my buddy behind my shoulder over there to sort of the human body scale. So you can look at cells, subcellular mechanisms, over to, again, to the human body. And you're applying these engineering principles to how the body uh, uh, goes through its processes in the day. So the cardiovascular system, for instance, is like a fluid mechanics type problem or a heat transfer type problem. So instead of looking at uh, water flow or air flow in a duct, we're looking at blood flow through vessels. A lot of our students are interested in medical degrees, and while BME is a path to get into medical school, it's not the only path to get into medical school. So, if you are interested in um, going pre-med or eventually entering medical school, you can study with us. It does take a little tenacity, I would say, to combine biomedical engineering and your pre-med degree. But it's quite doable, and roughly, I would say, about a third of our students end up doing it. Um, if you're not interested in medicine, then most of our students end up in grad school, and these students will end up either master's or a PhD degree, and they'll end up probably in the biotech industry, if not in academics, becoming a full-time researcher or perhaps even a professor. And so there's quite a lot of options for students in our field. One thing that you should note is that we're very heavily ingrained with the Center for Biotechnology on campus, where our students can participate in internships in local biotech firms. And if you do well in those internships, it can perhaps translate into a permanent career. Biology is a large part of our undergrad degree, and that probably differentiates us from most of the other engineering degrees where they will study more like physics. So we'll do biology, chemistry, and physics. We at least try to integrate it into every class that we teach. At the undergraduate level, I teach an engineering mechanics course, a core engineering course, but every third lecture is a biology course. So even when we're discussing core engineering concepts, we're going to relate it to the biology. And the last thing is sort of a piece of advice. I'll actually give you two. The first is to familiarize yourself with the faculty and the research that they're doing. And this gives you a good opportunity to find out if you would like to go into grad school, perhaps academics, or research in a biotech firm. The second piece of advice is sort of keep with it. Engineering in general, and BME it falls into this pot as well, is a difficult path to pursue. But keep with it, talk to your friends, talk to your faculty advisors or mentors whenever you have concerns, and you'll make it through.